Hi everybody! Today I want to show you an ink that I really enjoy writing with, and this is this time a black ink, and you see it here. It's Perle Noire from Herbin. It's from their standard ink line. I have it here in a 10 milliliter bottle, which is almost empty. You cannot see it here, but I guess I have around 3 milliliters left. So now here we come to the ink chromatography, and you can see here this is a very interesting ink. We have here at the base a black line, then we have a gray with some yellow tint in it, then we have a purplish blue and a dusty purple. Now the ink on the Rhodia Notepad, you can see it written with the different laminates, and also because I have it loaded right now in a Pelican, I also included a writing sample with the Pelican M800. You can see here that Pelican is very wet, as well as the B laminate and the medium laminate, and the extra fine and finer more on the dry side. Here are the dry times. On the left side you can see the laminates from extra fine to broad. You can see here already that I've tried the broad nib twice. This is because the first time the pen was freshly inked, so I wrote a little bit with it and then tried it again, but it didn't change much. So it was also dry around 20 seconds. The medium laminate also around 20, the fine nib 10 seconds, and the extra fine even was dry in 5 seconds. The Pelican, which writes very wet, is around 30 seconds. Now here you can see another interesting thing why I love this ink so much. It is fairly water resistant, although it is neither a carbon ink nor an iron gold ink. Sure, a little bit of the black ink is gone with the water, but you can clearly see what you have written on the page, so you can easily restore anything in case that you have spilled something over your writings. Now, how does the ink look when it is still wet? You can see here it is a very nice dark black, which looks in a dry nib more like a dark gray or anthracite, but with a wet nib like I have it here in the Lamy Studio or in the Pelican, it looks dark. And as you can see, it dries also very fast. I have no sheen on this ink. Also when I write with the Pelican, I can see no sheen on this paper or any other paper. And what I've also heard or read online is that some people say that this ink is dry. I have to say I have not found this ink, because when I compare it to Pelican Brilliant Black, this is the Pelican is much more dry in the pen than the Perle Noire. So I would say that the Herbin ink is average. It is not overly wet, but it is also not overly dry. And for my wet pens, normally I use the Pelican Brilliant Black, but for pens that are not so wet, I love to write with the Perle Noire. So now let this try and will show you this ink first on the cream colored paper of the Rhodia Goalbook. And also this ink behaves really nicely. I had no bleed through, no feathering, no show through or ghosting on all of these papers. You can see here with the Lamy Studio it looks very dark. Sure, there are other black inks that are even darker than this, like I think the new one from, was it Sailor, the Chokuro or something like that. So when you compare those two inks, the Herbin look like a dark gray, I think. But for me, for everyday use, this is black enough. Here, remove this. You see it here on the whole page. It's a nice contrast here with the cream colored paper. But it also looks very nice here on the white Oxford Optic paper. So now, last but not least, I will show you the ink also on the Sanzen paper, the new Tomoe River. And also here it behaved very nicely. It was nice to write with this pen, with the Lamy, on this paper. For those of you who knew the old Tomoe River paper, know that this new one is more toothy, and some inks don't write that nicely on this new Tomoe River paper, but with the Perle Noire and with the Lamy Studio I had no problems. It really felt nicely. So here you also can see no sheen, which is nice sometimes. And normally I would come to the swatch cards and compare the different inks, but to be honest, I tried it first, but on the camera you don't see much difference with the different black inks. Yes, maybe you see a little bit more, the one black ink is more cooler on tone, the other one is maybe more warmer, but all in all you don't see a lot of difference. So, but I think when you write with black ink you're much more interested in the behavior. So I will leave the ink swatch cards out for this time. Also in future times when it comes to black inks, because you don't see much there. But I will show you the prices for the Perle Noire ink. So here you can see you can get it in 10 milliliter, 30 or 100 milliliter. The cheapest would be Stilo and Stile. This is the 10 milliliter for €4, and also for the 30 ml for €8.50. And you can get the 100 milliliter at Fountain Feather at €14.50. Normally also Papier and Stift has the 100 milliliter, but right now when I record this video they are out of stock. And what I also have to add is that I think for 1 or 2 years Herbin also sold this ink in 500 milliliter glass bottles. Right now I cannot find any shop that still sells the Perle Noire. I think Stilo and Stile still has the red one, the Rouge Carobier. So if you're interested in half a liter of ink, maybe look around also in your local stores. Maybe they have still some left, or maybe Amazon or eBay. And also for the 10 or 30 milliliter, you can find it normally in your local stationery shop. At least here in Europe it is easy to find, and there the prices are also around 9 to 10 or 12 euros, I would say. And you can also get them in cartridges. I think you can get the tin with 6 cartridges also for around 4 or 5 euro. So this was a shorter review today. I see you next week, I guess. Wish you a wonderful day. Bye bye.